Hey there, future animators. Ready to dive into the magical world of animation? Great! Let's get started with the beginner's ultimate guide to animation. So, what exactly is animation? Well, animation is the art of bringing still images to life by creating the illusion of movement. From hand-drawn Disney classics to stunning CGI and Pixar films, animation is everywhere. And guess what? You can be a part of it too. First up, let's talk about the different types of animation. There's traditional animation, which is hand-drawn frame by frame. Think old-school Disney movies. Then there's 2D animation, done digitally with software like Adobe Animate or Toon Boom. Next, we have 3D animation, which works in a three-dimensional space. Ever watched a Pixar movie? That's 3D animation for you. We also have stop motion, where physical objects are photographed frame by frame. And finally, motion graphics, used in marketing and explainer videos. Alright, let's move on to some basic animation concepts. First, there's frames per second or FPS. This is the speed at which frames are shown. Most professional animations are made at 24 FPS. The higher the FPS, the smoother the animation. Next, we have keyframes and in-betweens. Keyframes are the major frames that define the start and end of a motion. In-betweens fill the gap to create smooth transitions. And don't forget the 12 principles of animation developed by Disney animators. Some key ones include squash and stretch, anticipation, and exaggeration. These principles are your secret sauce to making animations look realistic and engaging. Now let's go through the animation process step by step. Step 1. Storyboarding. This is where you sketch out the sequence of actions. Keep it simple but clear. Step 2. Character and background design. Consistency is key here. Make sure your characters look the same from different angles and in various poses. Step 3. Creating animatics. An animatic is a rough version of your animation. It helps you see the timing and flow before you commit to final animations. Step 4. Animation. Start with keyframes and then add in-betweens. Software like Adobe Animate, Toon Boom, or Blender can be really helpful here. Step 5. Refining the animation. Add details like facial expressions and secondary movements. This is where your animation starts to come to life. Step 6. Adding sound and music. Good sound design can make your animation more engaging. Sync sound with action carefully. Step 7. Rendering and exporting. Choose the right file format and resolution based on where your animation will be used. Now let's talk about animation software for beginners. For 2D animation, Adobe Animate and Toon Boom. Harmony are great choices. For 3D animation, Blender and Autodesk. Maya are your go-tos. And for stop motion, try Dragon Frame or Stop Motion Studio. Here are some tips for successful animation. Start small, master the basics, stay patient and keep practicing. So grab your sketchbook, tablet, or software and start animating. Remember, animation is a journey, and every frame you create takes you one step closer to mastering this incredible art. Happy animating!